Hey Valley Middle, welcome back to another video. Tonight we're going to be looking at solving division equations. But before we do that, let's get going on something kind of fun here. How many times can you fold over a single piece of paper is the trivia question for the night. So here's my single sheet of paper right here. This is one fold. Smooth that crease out. Here's my second fold. How many times can you fold that? And does it matter on the size of the paper? Can you do it, fold it more times on a large piece of paper? You think about that. Ponder will be the word of the day. You ponder that. All right, let's get going on the target. And I got good news and I got bad news. Well, the good news is this is our third video on solving equations, and there's only one more left. We've got division tonight, multiplication tomorrow night. The bad news is it took me all night to make this video, but I think I finally got it down to a point where it's easier for you to understand, and I think you're probably going to want to watch this video a couple of times. All right, let's get going with the target. Let's study this question here. It's similar to all of the lessons we've looked at. We've got x divided by 3 equals 15. Now oftentimes they'll write it like that. I personally like to rewrite that equation to make it look more like a fraction, just like this. So here's the original problem. I just rewrote it the way I like it. So I got x over 3 equals 15, or x divided by 3 equals 15. Well, this is a division equation, so we have to solve that using, what's that, you in the back row? Multiplication. Yes, we have to solve it using multiplication. So what do? How do we multiply this? Well, watch what I do here. I'm going to multiply both of these sides here by 3. So I'm going to multiply the x side here, the x over 3 by 3, and I'm going to multiply the 15 by 3. Well, this side here, the 3's cross themselves out because this is a numerator and this is a denominator. So they cross each other out. So I just end up with 3 times 15 over on this side. And when I simplify that, I just end up with x equaling 45. Now, does it make sense? Well, let's plug it in and just see if it works. Always check your work. 45 becomes the x, so 45 divided by 3 certainly does equal 15. And look at this. I'm even like the young kids. I'm using signs like a texter. All right. Let's take a look at some vocabulary we're going to need to use tonight. Division equation. An equation where the operation is division, just like this little bad boy up here. Well, we've had the addition property and the subtraction property of equality. Well, we have the multiplication property of equality too. Just like the other properties, it just simply says that if you are going to multiply one side of the equation, you have to multiply the other side by the same number. So, in a nutshell, you can multiply both sides of the equation by the same number as long as that number is not 0. Let's take a look at another example, and I can explain that better. Here we've got r divided by 4 equals 3. So something divided by 4 equaling 3. Rewrite it to make it look a little more normal. R over 4 equals 3. Well, this is division. So now I will multiply. I'm going to multiply by this bottom number. So this becomes 4 times r over 4. And this becomes 3 times 4 on this side, multiplying both by 4. These 4's cross themselves out. Again, because one is on the numerator and the other's on the denominator. And you just end up with 3 times 4. You get r equals 12. Not bad, huh? I think you can handle it. Substitute the 12 back in. 12 divided by 4 does equal 3. I think it's time for you to try one. We'll start off kind of slow. Here we go. Something over 3 equals 2. Give it a shot. See if you can solve this division equation. All right, let's see how you did. Did you rewrite the equation? I hope you did. So we got w over 3 equals 2. Well, I know I'm going to have to multiply, and I have to multiply by this number here, the bottom number, so that I can get it all by itself. So I multiplied this side by 3 and this side by 3. So then my next step is, will the 3's cross themselves out, just leaving me with this W equaling 2 times 3, which is 6. Well, let's check my work. Does 6 divided by 3 equal 2? It does. Congratulations, you just solved your first division equation. All right, try another. W divided by 6 equals 5. Why don't you pause and give this one a run? I'm back. Sorry, just trying to be creepy. Okay, what did you multiply by? Good, 6 is right. You multiply by that denominator. So look the way I set it up again. I got 6 and 6, 5 times 6 over on this side. Those 6's cross themselves out, leaving you with W equals 5 times 6, which is, of course, 30. Pop the 30 back in up here, 30 over 6. 30 divided by 6 does equal 5. That's a fact family, 36 and 5. Congratulations, you're now 2 for 2. Are you getting the hang of it? All right, this one I'm going to go into just a little bit more detail on one piece here. All right, 4 equals t divided by 8. Ooh, I kind of flipped the equal sign. I didn't flip the equal sign, but I flipped which side the division portion was on. Go ahead and give it a shot. All right, if you're anything like me, you like things kind of particular. So when I rewrote that, I just flipped it. I like working with the variable over on this side. So I just wrote t over 8 equals 4. What number do you think I multiplied by? If you said 8, you're correct. I did multiply by 8. Now I think at this point you've done enough of these that I can explain something. You know how I kept saying this is the numerator? Well, it is. But the real fraction here is 8 over 1. Right? Yes, that's correct. But because we know that, we don't necessarily have to write 8 over 1. We can just take the shortcut and just write it like that. And then cross those guys out, leaving us with t equals 4 times 8, which of course is 32. So you want to check this out. 4 equals 32 divided by 8. 32 divided by 8 is 4. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, you were 3 for 3. Well, congratulations. Again, I would think you might want to watch the video a second time. That's why I'm going to try to keep it a little short and have a short ticket to the show and a short question for you tonight. All right, here we go. Here's the ticket. T divided by 8 equals 3. Y divided by 12 equals 4. I'll pause a moment to write those down. All right, bring those. That'll be your ticket to the show, as they say. All right, let's get to the just for fun question. All right, how many times can you fold over a single piece of paper? Survey says no piece of paper can be folded more than 7 times. I've taken the thinnest paper you can possibly find. I've taken it as big as the kitchen table. It just doesn't matter. You can only fold it 7 times. It just doesn't matter. Remember that video? It just doesn't matter. That's right. Size doesn't matter. But I know you're going to go ahead and try it. So if you can fold it more than 7 times, bring it in, show it to me. You got pretty strong hands if you can. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.